Dunkin' is one of the most recognizable breakfast brands in the world. Coffee, glazed donuts, frosted donuts, munchkins, Boston cream, jelly-filled, cinnamon rolls. For millions of people, this is the taste of a fast morning. But behind that simple donut in the display case, there's a surprisingly detailed process. Every shape, every texture, every glaze, and every filling is made through a system designed for speed, consistency, and flavor. The story begins with Bill Rosenberg, who was running lunch trucks in Massachusetts during the 1940s. He noticed something important. Coffee and donuts were becoming his best-selling items. So in 1948, he opened a small shop called the Open Kettle. A few years later, he saw customers dipping their donuts into coffee, and the idea stuck. In 1950, the shop became Dunkin Donuts. To stand out, Rosenberg offered 52 donut varieties, turning a simple bakery case into a colorful wall of choices. Today, Dunkin' Donuts can reach stores in a few different ways. Some locations make and fry them fresh in-house. Others receive trays from regional bakeries. Smaller express locations may use frozen batches that are reheated on site. But no matter the setup, the goal is always the same: deliver donuts that look and taste consistent. Most Dunkin' Donuts start from one of two main bases: cake batter or yeast dough. Cake donuts are denser, firmer, and richer. The batter is mixed with water in a proprietary dry blend that includes flour, sugar, milk powder, egg powder, salt, and spices like nutmeg. Once mixed, the batter has to be used quickly. It goes into a special donut plunger, which drops perfectly shaped rings of batter into hot oil. The donuts fry until golden. Then they're moved to cooling racks before getting glazed, powdered, or frosted. Chocolate cake donuts follow a similar process, but cocoa powder is added to the mix for that deeper flavor. Cake munchkins are made from the same type of batter, except the machine releases small bite-sized portions instead of full rings. Then there are French crullers, which are made with a lighter pastry-style batter. Because the mixture has more egg, steam forms inside during frying, creating an airy texture and that soft, almost custard-like center. The ridged shape helps the glaze settle into every curve. Yeast donuts take more time. The dough is mixed with yeast and water, then kneaded until smooth and elastic. After resting in a warm proof box, the dough expands and becomes light. It's rolled out flat, cut into rings, and proofed again so the donuts develop that soft, fluffy texture. Once they're ready, they go into hot oil, fry on both sides, and come out golden and pillowy. Filled donuts use the same yeast dough, but instead of cutting out a center hole, the dough is stamped into solid rounds. After frying and cooling, they're injected with fillings like Bavarian-style custard or fruit jelly. That's how the Boston cream comes together: a soft yeast shell, custard inside, and chocolate icing on top. Jelly donuts are filled, then rolled in powdered sugar until fully coated. And of course, one of Dunkin's most famous treats is the munchkin. These bite-sized donut holes became popular because stores found a clever way to use the dough centers cut from yeast donuts. Instead of wasting them, they turned them into a product of their own. Finally comes the most recognizable part: the toppings. Classic glazed donuts are covered in a sweet icing that gives them that shiny finish. Frosted donuts are dipped into chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry icing, then decorated with sprinkles. Powdered and cinnamon donuts are tossed until fully coated. Seasonal flavors bring in limited-time toppings like pumpkin spice, peppermint, or gingerbread. By the time the donuts reach the display case, each one has gone through a carefully controlled process of mixing, proofing, frying, cooling, filling, and decorating. What started as a small Massachusetts shop became a morning ritual for millions. Dunkin' didn't just sell donuts, it helped turn coffee and donuts into part of everyday culture. So now the question is, if you could only choose one, what would it be? Glazed, Boston cream, jelly-filled, cruller, or munchkins?